Hey Danny,
Hey Don,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a
Yes.
message from a friend of mine who must be in Chantal. Hi. So I think they can see us. So that's nice. It's good to be here with you and
Yeah, me
everyone that's
too.
on.
There's a lot of people here, seems.
It's great. Yeah. Hi, Rachel.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good, good. It's nice to see you all. Of course, it's my morning. It's your evening, although I'm not sure where you're at, Rachel.
I'm in Miami.
Oh, okay, we're same time
Hey,
zone. Good, good.
perfect. Where are you?
I'm Jacksonville, right up
Oh,
the street from you. Yeah.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of people joining. I'm gonna give them like maybe like a minute or more so they could end up joining.
That's awesome. I added a few slides. Are you just going to drive the slides? Or are you going to advance them? Hey, Sam.
Hey.
I'm
Oh,
very
I like
much the company girl with my background. You
I
like
think I
that?
should have done
Yeah.
that.
I saw it and I was like, ah, that's so cool. Wish I would have done that too.
I've had it for a while.
Uh,
Mhm.
I don't know why I need to re-download my Zoom. I've never been able to change my background, so I'm always like a floating head.
I know some people like to actually have a background. They don't like these screens, but I think it looks nice for this, actually. This is a really nice color for a background.
So you're gonna Rich, you're gonna introduce everyone, right? And then well, there's a lot of people, 200 plus people.
yeah, I'm so excited. So many
That's
people.
really, it looks like
Yes.
such a cool program. That video of the party, I'm like, oh, I want to be at that party.
Right? We have
Yeah.
so many cool events too, so it's amazing.
I know early on when we talked about this, Danny, like Sam, remember that was the one thing we talked about is how to be different than everyone else is to cultivate community and a sense of belonging. Everyone wants that. And you did so good with that. It's so cool.
Oh, participants can actually raise their hands, and I see a few, three of them actually raise their hand. Mandy.
Oh,
Uh,
there's also already 3 questions in the Q&A as well. I can monitor that.
awesome. Okay, a few
Yeah, if
people.
anyone has any questions, please pop them in the Q&A.
Let's give them 2 more minutes so everyone
Do they
can.
know that like it's about to start?
Yes, they got a reminder. Let me see.
Dawn, where are you right now in the
I'm
world?
actually home. I'm home. I'm in Florida.
Oh, nice.
I know it's so nice. Oh, Alvaro's on here.
Oh, I love the Q&A. Okay, awesome. Let's give them 1 more minute and we start.
Oh, chat is disabled. Did we do that on purpose, Rachel? Or do we want to enable it or no?
Yeah, I can enable it. I just wanted to only have the Q&A, but I
I
can.
think we should maybe enable it so people can
Alrighty.
freely. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's do that. Mhm. Okay,
Hi, Tina. I saw Tina just joined.
let me do that.
Anyone should get started so we don't have these people waiting so long.
Oh, wait, I
Yeah,
have to hop off a quarter after if that's okay. So I'll just disappear.
Yes.
I'll be done with my part by then.
I'll actually do the chat then while you guys are speaking. So,
Are you going to take questions live as we go and ask us?
yeah, so I'm gonna have them do the Q&A and then you could select the questions and you can answer them.
Okay.
Structure that. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Awesome.
You may be sharing, not the presenter
Oh,
mode.
actually, yeah, let me take that off. Uh, mhm.
So right now, can everyone hear us right now or no?
I feel like they can because I've had a few people comment in my
Yes.
texting me that are on here. So hi
They
friends.
Everyone can hear you, Danny.
Oh, yay.
Ah,
That's Alvaro, I
okay.
think.
So let's get started, Rachel.
Got it. Everyone see?
Yep.
Good.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome to our first webinar, affiliates webinar. It's super nice to have everyone here. It's a huge success. So happy that so many people were able to join. We're gonna have 3 people speaking today. We're gonna have our own CEO, Danny, our own scientific board advisory, Dr. Dawn, and me, who I just joined the program and I'm leading affiliates and paid partners. Dr. Dawn's going to talk a little bit about why she chose IM8 because obviously a lot of people reach out to her and she says no. So why our brand is special. Danny has created a lot of companies, built them up. So he's going to talk a little bit about the backstory of IM8, why he created it, and why he focused on health. And I'll speak a little bit about what videos are working, why TikTok, why Social Snowball, the difference between the two, how you can earn in both, and what's next for IM8 if you are one of our affiliates. So this is a bit of what we're covering today in the next 60 minutes. And the people that are already doing it, Danny's going to shout out a few people that we wanted to recognize before we start the webinar. I'll hand it over to Danny now.
Hi everyone. So before we do that, I mean, again, I'm always you know, ad hoc wise, right? So maybe Rachel, we can turn off the screen first. Yeah, so everyone can kind of focus. Hi everyone. My name's you know, Danny Young, founder and CEO of Prenetics. You know, first of all, thank you guys so much for attending. We have 250 people online right now, right? For our first, you know, webinar affiliates, and so great to see everyone here. Just to share a little bit about my origin and background, you know, so you guys know who Danny is. Yeah, I actually grew up in the US long time, it seems like a long time ago, right? So I grew up in the US. Growing up, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. In fact, I started working at the age of 12 selling baseball cards. Right? I didn't get paid for it, just, you know, selling baseball cards and got paid in baseball cards, right? So that was really fun. Yeah, for people that know me, they'll know, yeah, I actually dropped out of high school. Yeah, so I was a very bad kid growing up. I got kicked out of 3 high schools, in fact, right? Freshman year, sophomore, got kicked out of 3 high schools. And then after that, I was like, hey, you know, I didn't feel school was right for me. And I actually started working at a very young age. So my first job was a telemarketer, selling timeshares at age 15. At that time, I was already managing individuals that were, you know, 30 years plus. And then at 18, I started working at internet companies, Keynote Systems, and Barracuda Networks. So from a very young age, I got in touch with technology and really understanding how to use that. And then, but again, I always wanted to be my own entrepreneur. So at age 25, I opened my first business, which was a restaurant in San Francisco. I was doing selling desserts. So I was literally in the kitchen, yeah, making mango smoothies, mango sagos, all that stuff, right? Which is, thinking back, probably seems very foreign to me right now. Did that for about 3-4 years. Then I did hotel furniture business, which import and export furniture from China into the US. Eventually working on, yeah, MGM City Center, which, yeah, still there now. So made all the furniture there. And then in 2010, a friend had sent me a link to Groupon. Just like, you know, in 2010, they just raised $950 million. I was like, wow, amazing business idea. And I was thinking, how do I do this business idea? But I was living in the US at the time. I was like, hey, I couldn't copy them and try doing the US because Groupon was already so big. Then I moved to Hong Kong, where I am now. This is 16 years ago. So I had no e-commerce background. I packed my bags, moved to Hong Kong. Within 3 months, we had the website live. And it was crazy. We sold in Hong Kong and Taiwan. And I remember going into Hong Kong and sharing my business idea. Everyone told me, 10 out of 10 people that I talked to told me, Danny, go back to the US. Your business idea sucks. It won't work. Because no one uses e-commerce. Hong Kong's too convenient, et cetera, et cetera. It just doesn't work, right? But I ultimately believe that if we had a great product, great website, and great customer experience, it will work, right? So I stuck to that, stuck to the principle. After 6 months, we're already doing $1 million in monthly revenue. And keep in mind, this was in 2010, right? So very early e-commerce days. And then 6 months later, when Groupon went international, they acquired 51% of my company. And the rest kind of history. Then I stayed on as the Asia CEO from 2010 to 2014. So I had a lot of great e-commerce experience, direct to consumer marketing, and really understanding international expansion from those 3-4 years, leading Groupon. When I left, we were doing about 200 million annual revenues. And then in 2014, how I got into Prenetics and healthcare was after exiting from Groupon. Of course, I had lots of different options in terms of what I wanted to pursue and what I wanted to do. Everyone expected me to just go into e-commerce again. But, at the time, my eldest daughter was just born. And I was thinking, again, once you have your first child, you start thinking much more about health naturally, right? You want to be there for more of them. So I was thinking, is there something I can do from a healthcare perspective? And so this is where, I along with, amazing scientists and professors, started Prenetics as a genetic testing company. So Prenetics, the name actually comes from prevention and genetics. So Prenetics, I was surprised that, no one took this name before, right? Long story short, we did DNA testing, we did targeted therapy, very, very clinical touch in terms of the sciences piece. And then when COVID hit, we pivoted doing PCR testing to the tune of about 40,000 PCR tests on a daily basis. In 3 years, we performed more than 28 million PCR tests in Hong Kong and the UK. So we had 2,000-3,000 people, operations, literally 24/7. Work. There was no life basically for like 2.5 years, but we really believe we're instrumental in the community and to isolating individuals which otherwise would have spread it, COVID to other people, right? So looking back, that was a great period of time from my life. But to be fair, we had a lot of success during COVID. We listed the company during COVID. On the NASDAQ, under Prenetics. But what happened, we went from 40,000 tests to 0 tests. So pretty much overnight, our business, disappeared, I would say. And this is where you actually really know who your friends are, because at the height, everyone wants to be your friend, right? But then, very quickly, then we went down. And again, as an entrepreneur, one of the great things about my role is that I'm always able to meet amazing people, interesting people, highly successful individuals. And one of these people that I met turned to be David Beckham. My good friend introduced me to David, and I met him in London. And I can share when I first met David, there was no pitch deck. I wasn't trying to pitch him about IM8 because there was no IM8. It was just me chatting with him about my prior experiences with consumer at Groupon, as well as my life sciences background with Prenetics. And so the conversation started, and David, again, we're chatting, etc. And then Dave was sharing with me how frustrated he was with the supplement industry in terms of it's so overwhelming, right? And then when you walk into a CVS, a Target, or Walgreens, you get bombarded with so much different marketing, so much different advertising, and it's really difficult to trust. Yeah, how do you trust which brand, and are there testing involved? So as an entrepreneur, when he said this to me, I was like, hey, Dave, I believe that we can do something to establish trust and credibility in a category which doesn't have much trust and credibility. And then so that's where IM8 started. And this was his problem as well. Same thing with Victoria, which he was mentioning that every time they would travel, they found it very difficult to maintain their supplement regime. Because they're taking 12, 13, 14 supplements. When they travel, they skip it all. It's very difficult. So this is where we came up with IM8, wanted to create something which is all in one powder supplement that you mix with water that tastes great, right? And I'm telling you, David is very, very particular. He has great taste. I'm sure you guys can see impeccable taste. So he has final say in terms of our taste profiles. And so we wanted to make sure that it doesn't just function like it should, but that we have a great taste profile to it, right? And so long story short, we launched the brand, as you guys may know, in December of 24. It's been about 20 months ever since. We've now been, I would say, one of the world's fastest growing supplement brands ever recorded, which is quite crazy. Think about how many thousands of supplement brands out there, and every day there's new supplement brands out there, right? And a lot of people ask myself, and why do I believe that we attributed this success? Number one, nothing works if we don't have a great product, right? Doesn't matter we have David Beckham, Giannis, Arena, or whoever. If you don't have a great product, people will not continue to subscribe. So I do believe 100% we have the best product in the market as a all-in-one solution, right? And the results show it, right? We hit 100 million annual recurring run rate revenue in 11 months. We hit 200 million in 18 months. And again, starting with great product. And Dr. Dawn will share her story. And Dr. Dawn has been here since day one. I won't steal the thunder, but honestly, Dr. Dawn is the most amazing human I personally know. A great story of hope, inspiration, her own personal journey of surviving stage 4 cancer, as well as a heart transplant, and running a full marathon 1 year to the anniversary of our heart transplant. I mean, it's nothing short of amazing, right? And it's been amazing to work with Dr. Dawn, and she'll share her story. And just YouTube Dr. Dawn. So I'll follow her on Instagram. She's just so hopeful, and she's smiling all the time, even though she's gone through so much in her career. Going back to IM8, again, we created this because we saw gaps in the market. And so that's why from day one in this category, trust and credibility is often not there. So that's why from day one, we had clinical trials performed by the San Francisco Research Institute. We had third-party testing by Eurofins, as well as NSF certified for content certified. So that means everything on the ingredient label, if you read the back, has 100 milligrams, that's third-party tested to have actual 100 milligrams, right? We also have NSF certified for sport. So that means if you are a professional athlete, it's free from 280 banned substances. And if you are like a Arena Sabalenka, world #1 tennis player, you're not going to take a risk if it's not NSF certified, because she gets drug tested, on a weekly basis. And, if something happens, no one's going to care about Danny. It's going to all go back to Arena, right? Or David, for that matter. So I think having these individuals support the brand means so much to myself and to us as a company, because without their support, we certainly wouldn't have been able to grow so fast. Because I think athletes are great examples, because the reality is they have so many options, so many resources at their disposal, but the fact that they choose to take IM8 on a daily basis means a lot. And the fact that they also share IM8 with their friends, family, also means even more because they trust it so much that they're willing to share with their closest individuals, right? Yeah, so we've also been very deliberate to not launch so many new SKUs at once. And so that's why we've only launched 2 SKUs in the last 20 months with the essentials and then our longevity product, which now we call the Beckham Stack. And it's been, quite amazing just to see the feedback. We've also now have, more than 22,000 5-star reviews. We on Trustpilot, I believe we have close to 2,000 plus reviews. And again, we're a 20-month-old company. So again, I think with this webinar is the first time, we're doing this, first time talking to all of you guys. And again, I'm a very transparent individual. Whatever, I've never heard a question I couldn't answer. So feel free to ask me any question. And again, it's been amazing. I want to continue to do this at the minimum, 2 to 3 times on a monthly basis. I want to share exciting updates with everyone here. I believe this program, this affiliate program, can be a game changer for many of you that are already lovers of the product, of the brand. And ultimately, when you guys share with your family and friends and your network, you're doing something very valuable because this is a trusted product that ultimately will help improve everyone's health. And it's going to be different for everyone, right? Some people may feel it in 3 days. Some people may feel it in 1 week. Some people may feel it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks and 4 weeks. And give you an example, even, my dad, he's like 83 years old. And I was with him last month in San Francisco, and he shared a picture of his age spots on his hand. I don't have the photos here, but next time we'll definitely share. Is that a year ago he started taking IM8, and his age spots actually have now disappeared from his hand, because it seems that again, because when you're old, you're lacking the nutrients, and then so this has been able to help him have nutrients, and that absorbs. And one other key thing, even my dad tells me, he's 83, prior to IM8, as an older individual, he would get up to go to the bathroom 3 to 4 times a night, and that of course would interrupt his sleep. Now he goes to the bathroom only 1 time a night, and whenever he's running out, he will always text me, I need some IM8. It's like a drug to him now, right? So it's always fascinating to see that. And again, a lot of friends and family, once you start on it, the great thing is that there is a dependency on it, because ultimately it makes you feel good, makes you perform better, think sharper, have more energy, your gut is better. And even the same thing for myself, right? Maybe we'll take you guys can answer in the chat. How old do you guys think I am? 21. Come on, you guys are 38. 30, 20, 102, yeah? Okay. I'm just looking at it. So I'm turning 48 in 2 months. Right? So it's quite crazy, right? So yeah. And David Beckham, he's 52, right? So he still looks very good for 52. So again, I haven't done any medical surgery, no cosmetics or nothing like that, right? I've just been taking IM8. Sometimes I take 2 or 3 dosages if I travel. But I think, again, thank you guys for joining today. Again, we want to create this program to help you guys create content that ultimately will help your network, and at the same time help you guys make money. Because I think there is money for everyone. That, again, if you're helping the company grow, everyone should be rewarded. That's my feeling of how we should do this. And again, we've seen success. A lot of other companies have very similar success, and we'd rather share the wealth of everyone that helps us create a greater company, and that's a trusted and credible company, right? So Rachel, should I take questions now, or perhaps we go to Dr. Dawn, or what do you think?
Shall we do Dawn first, just because I know Dawn has another thing that she
Yes.
has to get, the busy lady.
Okay, Dawn, over to you, Dawn.
All right. This is amazing. Danny, I love the story, hearing it every single time. And It is great to have all of you on here. The comments are incredibly energizing. So thank you for putting everything in there. And I agree, Danny looks much younger than he is. And it is just so cool that a CEO of the world's fastest growing supplement company pauses in his day to spend time with us. So Danny, huge shout out to you. Thank you for making yourself available. And thank you for bringing this product to life. I'm a double board certified physician. You heard a little bit about my backstory. I'm also an exercise physiologist by training. And I was at Mayo Clinic for over 20 years. And that's when Sam and Danny had reached out to me. They did not mention initially that this was going to be with David Beckham, but what they had mentioned to me was how this was going to be a product rooted into science. And so we brought this product actually onto Mayo Clinic. This is nothing that Mayo Clinic has ever allowed to happen before, but I was looking for a solution for my patients, something that I could actually trust. And then shortly after that initial conversation, that's when Danny had opened up and said, oh, and by the way, this product is co-founded with David Beckham. So that, of course, makes it fun because here we are trying to create a product that David asked. Remember, he said, I want to take these 16 bottles and put it into one, and the and was make it taste good. And it's like, okay, we can make those 16 bottles probably go into one. And making it taste good is going to be a little bit tricky, but I think we totally nailed it and mastered it. And we went beyond our expectations. And we're currently on version 2. And if you want to, Rachel, you can share my slides starting at slide 10, because I just want to share with each of you some speaking points that I think are really, really important. And, as Rachel and Danny and Sam had shared, as a physician, especially in the wellness space, you are approached by many companies to join them and to advise them. And I would just always say no, because no one wanted to invest the effort and the money truly to do the research that matters. And IM8 is actually backed by randomized controlled studies, which are the most rigorous research we can do today. And I just got off the phone with Mayo Clinic because we're doing a study there right now among healthy healthcare workers who are really exhausted because they're working long calls, transplant surgeons, et cetera. And the team is so excited over there to be a part of this study. So we'll get more results from this study. And, when you hand a study like this over to Mayo Clinic, you better believe that it's going to be at the highest standard. So it'll include laboratory studies, body composition, various exercise testing, and we'll be following these staff members for a full 8 weeks and really putting them under the view to see what exactly pre and post IM8 looks like compared to placebo. So the staff members don't know what they're getting. So we shared with you, the core of this in the version 2 is 92 ingredients, and it replaces 16 plus supplements. And I saw someone had in here, I used to spend $1,200 a month on supplements, and now I can just do IM8. So when people first look at, oh gosh, it costs this much, most people are taking a gob of supplements anyways, most of which they never really take. It just expires and they throw them away. With the IM8, it's so convenient in that little sachet. And I think, I don't know, I have mine right next to me. I'm a company girl, right? We look forward to drinking it every morning. And as Danny said, he has 3 packets. Danny, I don't know if I'm going to recommend that. That may be a little too much of a good thing, but I myself have been guilty taking 2 packets. One thing is there's no proprietary blend in IM8. We made sure of this. It's not just me. It's a very gifted academic scientific advisory board. We speak every single day. I know there's a few of you that are on this chat. Alvaro's on here. And, we're talking every day about different things we want to do with advancements in the daily essentials, the longevity, and new products that'll be coming to market. One of the biggest things for years, I always shared with patients and with consumers, and we're in the business of making the consumers the smartest consumers out there, because if we have the smartest consumers, they know they can trust our product and they know how they can be critical of other products out there. I have nothing to fear. I want you to be the smartest because I know we have the best product that's going to hold up to all those very rigorous questions. But that NSF certified for sport, that Eurofins testing is so, so important. That is telling you every single thing on the label is what you're getting in terms of the dosing. And as a doctor, the number one thing I want to make sure of is first, do no harm. That when I'm giving this product to help someone, it's never going to hurt someone in the process. So this NSF certified for sport is so, so important, as well as the Eurofins, to make sure everything on the label is what you're getting. And then those individuals like Arena and the professional athletes aren't going to get themselves into trouble by having banned substances. Rachel, let's shoot it over to slide 11. So on slide 11 here, I want to just kind of point to this very last thing. We also pulled away a few things. We keep close to the science, and it was about 12 months ago, we started seeing some reports of liver toxicity. There was a very famous hair product. I don't have to say the brand. And then, of course, our big competitor. And we started seeing cases, including at Mayo Hospital, of liver toxicity showing up, even fulminant liver failure. And it was because of ashwagandha. And so we immediately pulled ashwagandha out of our product, even though we had a very respectful dose that shouldn't cause liver toxicity. Genetically, some people metabolize it different than others, where that little small dose may be enough to cause an insult. So again, we're very mindful of making sure that everything we have in our product would not cause any harm. Jumping over to the next one, my background being a double board certified physician, part of that is in that realm of lifestyle medicine, where I focus on food first. Food is medicine, but even in a very, very healthy diet, when you're eating that healthy diet, it's still hard to get everything you need. So 74% of individuals at Fountain Life is the world's top longevity center. I'm the chief medical officer there now, where we follow all of the data forward. And I have found that in over 2,000 individuals, 74% have a nutrient deficiency. These are people who are actually eating healthy, people like you and me. So among health conscious individuals, we have these nutrient gaps. We know when we look at the NHANES data, vitamin D, the majority of individuals need it. There's no way really to get it from our food. We typically get it from the sun, but no one's spending a lot of time in the sun. And if they do, we're usually covered up because we're a little bit worried about skin cancer. So let yourself have some daytime sunlight, have those vitamin D levels checked. And the dose of vitamin D that we put in our supplement, vitamin D3, the cholecalciferol, is generally what it takes to close most nutrient gaps. I still recommend people get their vitamin D checked at least twice a year. 84% of individuals generally have vitamin E deficiencies. Over 50% of individuals have vitamin C deficiency. So listen, I know some of you who've used IM8 on an empty stomach. You're like, oh, my belly feels a little upset. It's because we have that vitamin C in there. Okay, so take the IM8 with food if it's giving you a little bit of an upset belly. That's really important. But nutrient gaps, even when you're doing things right, you can't escape them. So let's jump to, I think, what probably is the biggest burning question. Sam and I were just with the NBA, and the biggest question we got was, what is the difference? Oh, you know what? I see. I was actually ahead of you guys. So let's go to this form first. So the forms that are in IM8 that matter most are the fact that we're putting these quality substances. So we have activated forms of vitamin B6. We have the methylated form of vitamin B9 or the folate, the methylated form, the methylcobalamin of vitamin B12. For people who are vegan, not eating any animal products, they must take B12 supplementation. And this is giving them that high quality. And then unlike AG1, we put the vitamin D right within our product, matched with vitamin K, so it can help that proper absorption, including some calcium as well, the more bioavailable forms. Let's jump to that next slide, Rachel. So when we look at our products, there's some things that are so cool on IM8 Daily Essentials, and one of them is CoQ10. At age 20, I bet everyone, there may be a few people, is anyone on this call younger than age 20? If so, you're making all the CoQ10 you want. For all of us over 20, that CoQ10 level starts to, and when I'm 52, so in the toilet now. So I definitely need CoQ10. So many Americans take statin medications for their cholesterol. Statin medications throw that CoQ10 down too. That CoQ10, think about it, when you get off of the airplane and you need to get to your next gate in a hurry, you get on the little shuttle bus, right? That shuttle bus is kind of what CoQ10 is doing with the energy transport in your body. It's providing that mechanism for shuttle of energy. It's critical, and it's very, very important for heart health and for energy. Those of you that are taking IM8, which better be all of you, if you're going to recommend it to people, I want you taking it. you feel energized. I'm pretty energized at baseline, but I think the IM8 energizes me even more. But the CoQ10 is part of what's contributing to that. So that's that feel-good effect. The MSM, we have clinical dose 1,500 milligrams. Many people are low in sulfur donors. If you feel achy, you have a person that feels achy, taking the IM8 with this 1,500 of MSM helps to restore that joint health, including collagen. So this is why Danny's skin looks so young. This is Danny. This is your fountain of youth. This is why you're looking like a good 38. So the MSM is a huge, huge value when it comes to joint and skin recovery. And one of my favorite things that we added to IM8 version 2 is the saffron. This is, again, a huge applause to Danny because saffron is a very expensive supplement, but saffron's research is incredibly exciting. Many Americans and many people globally struggle with mood problems, whether it's depression or anxiety. Saffron is showed in randomized controlled studies, again, high quality studies at this 30 milligram dose, that it can be almost as effective as things like Prozac without the side effects. But it goes even more than that. 88% of Americans have metabolic problems. They're not metabolically healthy. When we think of longevity, one of the most important things is that metabolic resilience. There's been great studies to show that saffron actually reduces the hemoglobin A1C and the fasting blood sugar. Incredibly cool. There's also some suggestion that it helps focus. And we know from our original randomized controlled study that we see improvements in focus. And we're focusing on that as well with the Mayo Clinic study. Let's hand it over to the next slide. The gut health is a big thing when we see the studies as well as the members that are taking the IM8 that we hear, oh, my GI function is so much better. Our randomized controlled studies show that 85% of individuals had improved GI function, and this is why. We have the prebiotic, which is the fiber, the probiotic, and a postbiotic. I don't think there's any other multivitamin comprehensive that has a postbiotic in it. And then the superfood blend contributes to that biodiversity that helps that gut use these different phytonutrients so that it can have even more benefit. So it was a really well thought out with Dr. Suzanne Davicota, who is a leading gut microbiome researcher, how we were going to optimize the gut health in our members. The next slide says it all, though, and this is how people are going to feel based on the original study. 95% of individuals reported increased energy. Part of that was because they're sleeping better, with 80% showing improvement. And then we have the 75% improved focus. So I think anytime that you're promoting the product to drop these numbers, especially because you're probably feeling these benefits as well, really means a lot when you have the science backing your promotion. And then the last thing I just want to share with you is how we're different than AG1, because this is what I was getting to before I fast forwarded like through 5 different things. This was the number one question Sam and I had when we were speaking with the NBA is, how are you different from AG1? Well, I shared with you earlier that we have the vitamin D with K2 right in the drink. We have that clinical dose of CoQ10, the clinical dose of MSM, and that clinical dose of saffron. Every single thing on our label has dose transparency with both NSF certified for sport as well as the Eurofins. And we don't have those proprietary blends. You're able to see the actual dosing. We do not need to refrigerate our product, where AG1 needs to refrigerate their product. That's incredibly inconvenient when you travel. And then we test every single batch for heavy metals. Again, it's first to no harm. And last year in the consumer lab, there was a 2022 report that surfaced last year showing that AG1 had 2.1 micrograms of lead per scoop. So again, that, I hate that happened to them. It allows us to be able to make sure that we rise to the top. Anytime you're coming from behind, you're able to make the best product. And so we were very strategic with doing that. So I'm going to stop there. I could talk for so much longer. So proud to be a part of this team, here to support each of you. If you have any questions, message Danny them directly, message me on Instagram. I'll get back to you. We want you to have as much information possible so you can help us drive this message that's rooted in science forward, so we can help other people be as energized as we are. So thanks for joining us.
Who's energized now by Dawn's talk? Huh? Every time I speak to her, and when I first spoke to Dawn, I think it was 5 a.m. in the US, Dawn's time.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. It was like pitch black. right? And then but we were talking while she was, getting into the airport, and that's been like literally 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a cool story. Danny was in Asia. I was in the United States, and Sam said, when would you be able to speak to him? And I knew my schedule was really busy. I said, well, I'm getting an Uber at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Would he be available? Yes. So it was a 4 a.m. call, and it was one of the most memorable calls. So this is just a shout out. Whenever I have chills right now, whenever there's an opportunity that just really resonates, go after it, because it may be the opportunity of a lifetime. And certainly this one has been. So thanks, Danny. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Rachel. This is a lot of fun. And thanks for all of you here today.
Yeah, we can go to Q&A. So, Rachel, why don't you lead, see what we answer?
Okay. We have so many.
Someone's, yeah, I see her.
There's a lot. Danny, do you want to pick the ones you're going to answer, or do you just want me to pick them?
Yeah, just pick some.
Okay. One of the questions, how long have you been personally using these products? For example, obviously since we started.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really amazing story. As a heart transplant patient, I'm on double immunosuppressives, and most transplant patients you have to be very careful. You're really not supposed to be out and about that much. There were 2 times that I didn't have IM8 with me when I was traveling. Once was in the very early stages, when we were still using it in tubs, and I was like, oh, it's such a hassle, I'm not going to travel with it. I missed it for 10 days and I got incredibly sick. And then just recently I ran out again. Because I'm on airplanes, I'm handing it to people. Oh, here you go. And I'm like, oh no. So I had 5 days without it, and believe it or not, I got sick again. So there is a really nice immunologic supporting property of IM8. And there may be some of you on this call that can say the same. I don't know, Sam, Rachel, Danny, have any of you experienced where you miss a dose, then you get sick? I couldn't believe that it happened, but it's happened twice. I have not been sick at all since my heart transplant. The only 2 times are when I missed my IM8. So I think it's really fabulous. It's not too much that it stimulates your immune system. It's to where it optimizes the immune system. And that's very important. And it is important that if someone is on other medications, they should always ask their medical doctor. We don't want to, be the source for deciding who this is right for and who it's not. Their medical doctor needs to do that. But I have done very well despite having complex medical history.
Got it. I also see a few questions, Dr. Don, related to why we didn't put iron in the formulation. That was by design. So maybe Don, you want to talk about that?
That's very intentional. So the only people that need iron are individuals who have a known iron deficiency and or a woman who's having a menstrual cycle. And so that would have limited us. Men should never take iron unless they have an iron deficiency. And women who are postmenopausal without their menstrual cycle also shouldn't. Iron is pro-oxidative. So if someone's iron levels are too high, that's actually a risk factor. So we would rather someone take their iron separately. Also, iron is going to antagonize your opportunity to absorb some of the other minerals. So it doesn't make sense when you're really trying to make all of the absorptions most optimized. So that's why iron is not part of this. Now, we're having discussions that maybe in the future, there will be a product that will be tailored to those individuals who have an iron need. More to come from that. But right now, no, it would not be appropriate in the daily essentials.
I also saw a question in terms of why we didn't include omega-3. So great question. Yeah, so to be fair, we tried many times to actually put it in there. But I don't think anyone wants to be drinking some fish oil and mixed with the essential. It tastes very bad.
It was so gross. It was
so gross. Yeah.
Acai fish.
Yes.
My whole kitchen stunk. It was so nasty. Correct. Yeah, we've done a lot of trials, and I was so committed, and I thought we finally nailed a product. It was called, well, I can't say what the brand was, but it was a special phospholipid, and it was just to contain it so it wouldn't be stinky, and it was an algae source for those of us that are vegan, and oh my gosh, it was so nasty.
Yeah, so at least from the science or taste perspective, again, adherence is really key. If we give it to you, no one's going to drink it, doesn't work. It doesn't matter, right? So, that's the reason everything that we've done has been done with very high intention. And if it's not there, there's always a reason for the formulation. And so we believe we've created, the best one in the market today.
There's a good question here too, Danny. Can a teenage athlete utilize IM8? I've worked with many teens, and I'm completely fine with it. Again, most teenagers are over 100 pounds. They should ask their pediatrician, of course, but most teens definitely have nutrient gaps. And I feel that this would be a very nice product for them. But please, again, have them ask their pediatricians or their sports medicine doctors. Great question.
Yeah. And I also see a few questions in terms of, what you recommend essentials and longevity and what's that difference. I would say to simplify it, again, everyone should start off with essentials. That's like the foundation. Regardless if you're 21, 30, 40, 60, but of course for individuals that are maybe 35 and above and looking for a little bit more help, the longevity is specifically targeted at the 12 hallmarks of aging. And maybe Dawn can get into a little more details of that.
Yeah, so the IM8 daily is, the IM8 longevity is a really cool product. I think of it kind of as building a house, and we have a nice foundation with some amino acids that are going into that are very critical. I would say, when it comes to longevity, one of the number one things we see that tends to drift down is spermidine. And spermidine in those who are super agers is always at a higher level. So we have the spermidine in it. We have the dihydroberberine, which helps with the metabolic optimization. We have the astaxanthin, which is a powerful phytonutrient that is very good in terms of antioxidant optimization. When it comes to that energy, again, we think of the NAD cycle. So we use the NMN actually in the product we use, and it's supported by something called PQQ and then the trans resveratrol. So it is a really powerful product. I really have no idea how we're able to sell it for the price we do, truly. If you were to buy those products individually, Danny, how much would it cost? I think we did the estimate. It would be several $100s if you were to do everything that we have in that daily longevity product. And as a longevity physician, that longevity product is actually checking all 12 hallmarks of aging. So that's really, really a powerful thing. I do think that there's some ingredients in the longevity that people do need to ask their physicians about. If someone has active cancer, they should not be on the longevity product just because of a few of those ingredients in there. If someone has a history of metastatic cancer, I probably wouldn't want them on it. If someone's on active chemotherapy, they probably shouldn't take either of these products while they're on active chemotherapy. But otherwise, the longevity product, it's something at Fountain Life that we recommend. The senolytic profile that's in it for those senescent cells. We do IV stem cell therapies at Fountain Life. And I am now recommending as part of our protocol that we use the IM8 Daily Essentials to augment the effects of that stem cell therapy. So that's how much I believe in it. Powerful, powerful product. In fact, I would love to do another one of these where we talk about it, because there's some really exciting deep science centered around each of those medications.
Danny, actually, there's a lot of people who wrote in that were asking about the product roadmap and upcoming products as well, if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So I think we have an amazing product pipeline. Again, every single product that we're going to come out with, again, this is public information. Yeah, we believe it's going to be the best in its own category. So in Q4 later this year, we're going to come out with a hydration product. And again, Don's been working behind the scenes on that. So we believe it's, again, zero sugar hydration. We'll actually have 2 SKUs. Now, I can't share exactly what these 2 SKUs within hydration are, but it's going to be best in class. In Q1 of next year, we're also going to be launching a line of gummies. And we work very closely with the manufacturer in what we believe creating the best in class zero sugar healthy gummy for you. And again, we understand a lot of individuals, they may believe actually mixing powder with water is too difficult, which is they're not wrong. Everyone has something, but so delivery format, we just want to make it convenient and impact as many people as we want it. Again, going back to every single product is going to be third-party tested with clinical trials, etc. So we're very excited about these two new categories coming up in the next 3 to 6 months.
I've tasted the gummy. It's delicious.
And
You won't be able
And
to
the
have this
hydration.
one. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yes.
the hydration too. We were at a restaurant and that was kind of funny. It was like a science fair project. The woman had to
Yes.
keep and bring us more cups and water. So really excited for both of those. Again, it's kind of like, this is like a selfish project, right? It's like, oh, what solution
Yes.
do we need? What should we make? So it's been a lot of fun. These are some cool ones coming out.
I think I also see some questions in terms of, is IM8 Essentials and longevity is the only thing that you need? I would say even my personal thing is like, I would say IM8 Essentials covers the foundational nutrition for most significant people. So even for myself, I would still add creatine and omega-3. So I think those are the key things that are not there, which, you can, supplement with others if you want to have a full, if you want to get basically the best out of everything, right? So Dawn, I'm sure you have anything to add from that.
No, you're exactly right. Those are the only three things I do: the IM8 Daily Essentials with longevity, the creatine, and then of course my omega-3. We even have magnesium glycinate in the Daily Essentials, and there's a little bit of calcium citrate too, which is just enough for most people if they're a little low on their calcium intake. It's just enough to get you to that point where you get your daily need. We were really thoughtful, really dived deep into the nutrient gaps that we see among people, did nice analyses with balancing, the zinc with the copper, how that looks. I see a lot of zinc deficiency in my practice. And anytime that you up the zinc, you want to just dial up the copper a little bit without overdoing it. So we really finessed the product in such a beautiful way. And it's been really enjoyable working with the scientific advisory team. We all come from different areas of expertise, and together we've really created a great product with Danny's support. And it's really exciting that we're able to bring the best products, best ingredients into these products without limits. Most companies are trying to take shortcuts, where Danny was very supportive to really drive the benefit forward with this product. So much so that, we're taking it to research at Mayo Clinic. And I think very few companies would do that. Very few companies would be confident enough that their product is going to show benefit. And we have no doubt that it's going to show the benefit. So very good.
Yeah, and then right now in the clinical trials, we're actually embarking on 3 clinical trials as we speak. One with the Mayo Clinic, another 2 with a clinical research organization. Again, we're spending, close to 1.5 to $2 million on these clinical trials. And the reality with clinical trials is that we don't know what the results will show. We are very confident that we will have positive results just given what we know in the product and how many thousands and tens of thousands of reviews that we have. But as a consumer, let's say when you recommend to your friends and family, I don't know another supplement company that's willing to invest $2 million in clinical trials with unknown results. So everything that we do is very intentional. And at the end of the day, it's all about trust and credibility. And we don't lose. Again, I would say we don't lose that fact. So that's why we're always setting the bar very high to always maintain this high level of science and efficacy for everything that we do. So, Rach, thank you so much, everyone, for the questions. I think we're actually a little bit over time, but I'm sure if you guys have left any other questions, Rachel and Sam would be very glad to answer them.
There's one here that asks about blood thinners. If someone is on a blood thinner, like a Eliquis, or one that's actually been given to them for a blood clot or pulmonary embolism, something of that sort, they should talk to their doctor if this product would be okay for that individual. Anytime someone's on complex medications, ask. I myself actually take Eliquis and I take the IM8 Daily Essentials, and I am just fine. The dosing of these are meant to be very synergistic. It's not meant to be to the point that you're going to have an antiplatelet effect. So most people should be fine.
Right. And before I leave, I just want to call out a few of these affiliates, which unfortunately I haven't had a chance to meet. But just want to mention you guys. Alexander Koupen from Germany. He won our $5,000 creator challenge. Has driven over more than $50,000 in sales in organic and ads. Our most active voice on Discord, so always sharing feedback. Thank you so much for that. And also just turned 55. Right, so loves hiking with his wife and dog. Another individual, Elisa Drager from Florida. She's been able to share amazing recipes, which have been shared more than 2,100 times, the most in the whole program. Famous for her Greek yogurt smoothie and chia pudding recipes on TikTok. Been with us since June 2025. Right. Also another one, Emily Forsyth from the UK. Just won her ladies race, so congratulations her. Does a lot of the ice baths from early on 2010. Once did a 108-hour water fast, which is that's crazy, right? That's like a week, right? Yeah, just on water. Also from Stephanie Estevez from Miami, one of our most viewed creators. Lots of activity, workouts, Pilates, spin, boxing, running. She does it all while raising her 7-year-old. Just celebrated her 32nd birthday. Laura Armstrong from Canada. Tons of reels and counting 30. And again, lots of pickleball, golf, biking. I'm eating her smoothie every single day with us since March. Lastly, but not least, Thomas Koller from Austria. By day, he keeps planes in the sky, aviation engineer in Austria. One of our most knowledgeable.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It looks like
Danny freeze.
Danny's
Danny.
first. Danny, come back. Just while Danny's resetting, if you guys want to stay on, Rachel and I will run through a bunch of different content pieces that are working right now on our various different social channels to help with conversions. We'll also be answering as many questions as we can with you guys too around commissions and discounts and gifting and Discord and all of the fun stuff of being part of our community. Please stick around. We also are giving out a ton of merch. So if you guys would be interested in hoodies and t-shirts and caps and travel pouches and mixers and shaker bottles and everything else, we'll be giving them out. So hang around for that. So there's definitely still a little bit of stuff that we want to run through, even though I know Dawn and Danny have to jump off. I know they've got a lot on their plates as well. Dawn, thank you so much again for joining us today. You were absolutely amazing and always sunshine.
Great to see everyone. Thanks, Sam. Make sure you guys stay on here because the remaining slides are really fun. And you'll see some videos of the activation events, which I hope to meet you guys at one of those. So bye, everyone.
Bye, Dawn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for getting disconnected, but again, thank you so much for everyone to tuning in, and I'll leave you guys in good hands with Rachel and Sam.
So thank you, Danny. We know you're super, super busy, so we really appreciate making an appearance.
Thank you.
We have a bunch of questions right now asking how you guys would get the merch. I put a link there. You can come. It's a second link under the Discord. I can honestly send it again. That's just to confirm your shipping address. So it's a gifting hub. And also in the Discord, you can speak to us directly and we'll also announce the winners there. But we're giving away 50 hoodies, just like this one. Branded, it's like super, super nice. Oh my God, you guys can't see it, but just stick to the end.
So nice. Wait, Rachel, flip the inside.
I know, that's the best part. Let me see if I can show that. That was like, even I was surprised because oh my God, why does it do that? Let me see if I can unblur my background for a second. It's like the best material, guys. Like I've never ever had a hoodie like this. So you guys are very lucky winners. Okay, let me blur my background again. Okay, so by the way, I don't think I gave Sam a proper introduction. Sam is pretty much right under Danny. She's the chief of staff. She runs kind of everything here in IM8. So she knows, she's been with them since the beginning. She knows the insights, the outs, everything. She's pretty much the backbone. So any questions, she is the best one to answer them, along with Danny and Dr. Dawn. So super happy she's here for sure. So thank you, Sam. And let me go back to sharing my screen. I'm going to try to run through it a little quicker, just so we don't have everyone. I know. Also,
Sorry, just before Rachel dives into all of this, I can see a lot of people in the chat just also saying like that you can't get into the link and stuff. Not to worry. We are going to be sending a follow-up email to everyone who's joined today. So we'll have the links there. We'll also put it in the chat right before we leave the Zoom meeting. And if there's any issues at all, you can always ping Rachel, myself, Gerald, I think is also answering people in the chat as well, who's also on our team. So we'll try and put our emails in there too. You can always try and hit up affiliates at im8health.com with any of your questions. We will do our best to answer anything and everything.
great. Okay, awesome. So you've heard what's been working, what's the science behind it, the founding ideas. I'm just going to walk you guys through what people are actually responding to right now, or what we've seen people are responding to. So 4 things that data shows, just super quick. The hook is everything. Obviously, that's where people decide, am I going to stay to see this video? Is this video for me? So first 3 seconds are super important. You don't have to have a huge following. I know that's something that people believe, but you don't. Honestly, a lot of our fastest growing creators are just ones that posted consistently. If it's specifically in TikTok, TikTok rewards people who post a lot. They actually push it in their For You page and their algorithm. So also same thing with Instagram. They reward consistency. So just making sure that that's important. Small audience do convert. We actually saw one of our best converters actually didn't have our biggest following, mostly in TikTok. So don't be scared. I can't compete with people who have 500,000 followers. You can have a small community, but they actually listen to you because it's a very small community. So don't let that stop you from being a really good affiliate. And what I've noticed, it's more important to speak about one product. We have essentials and we have longevity, but I think that right now, if you guys can focus on essentials and why that works for you and for your daily routine, it's better than speaking about everything that IM8 has to offer. So what the videos that have won and have the most engagement have shown, kind of going again, hook in 3 seconds. I wouldn't say, hey guys, or anything like that, just go straight to the problem. People really want to feel like the video is for them, like, hey, this is for me. So for example, if I'm seeing a video about gut health or about bloating, I'm going to stay and watch because I have bloating, I have stomach issues. When it's a video specifically for everyone that's everyone in their youth, you don't really stick because it doesn't speak to you as much as like when you start 25, you start losing collagen and then you freak out and then you want to hear the solution. So that for me is what's been doing the best instead of being like, hey, IM8, like this is what it's better to actually decorate it as first a problem for a very specific life stage or a specific problem. If you're an athlete, for example, joint health or anything like that, that's way better than being just straightforward with the product. So let's stick to one idea. For example, if anything works, don't be like, oh my gosh, I already did that. I'm not going to do another video like that. It's really good to stick to specific themes and then just change the hook. And then you can test what works best for you. And these are some examples. These aren't IM8 videos, but they are, wellness products. So it should give you.
Okay, it's been long enough now where I can actually truthfully review this. I talked about how I introduced this multivitamin from Mary Ruth in my last wellness video, which was a long time ago. And I had already started taking that for a few months.
So a lot of you are going to receive, or all of you are going to receive the 30-day. So once you have tried the product for 30 days, it would be amazing if everyone can post. People raising their hands. Can everyone listen to the audio or no? Sam, could you listen to it when I played the video?
Yeah, I can hear the video.
Okay, awesome. So once everyone received,
I think I'm just, and some people are having issues getting like the link to get their gifting and stuff, but Gerald and I are sorting it out. Don't worry. Just keep going.
Okay.
It's all good.
Awesome.
We will sort them.
Awesome. So when you receive the 30-day, it's really important that you can say, now I can give a review because I've tried this product for 30 days. So that's an example video. I don't want you guys to listen to it word by word. It's just more think about what's the, like, what are they saying? What is the focus of the video? How are they opening it? Just focus more on the beginning.
God, you look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in.
She actually incorporated the product way later after showing her transformation. So people stay hooked because they're like, oh my God, my skin, my bloating. And then low-key incorporate the product within the video.
I transformed my body from this to this, and if your goals are also to look more toned, have more energy, and support your brain, you're gonna wanna watch this through. And just for context, I am a registered nurse with a personal trainer and nutritionist certification, so anything that fits into my routine has to be backed by science. Give me 60 seconds while I rapid fire some of the most common creatine questions for women. That lean
She actually waited 19 seconds in order to mention creatine, and she first was like, do you have any of these problems? Do you want to have a transformation? Then stay and listen. So all of these have in common, well, the middle one, not so much, but the other ones, they incorporate the product later. You don't want to make IM8 the subject of the video. You want to make the problem the subject of the video, and then incorporate IM8 as the solution. And this one is actually from one of our ambassadors.
Instead of all of this, take just this. Don't take pro and pre-bio. Don't take antioxidants, joint and muscle supplements, cell rejuvenation supplements, brain boosting supplements, multivitamins, hair and skin supplements, amino acids, heart health supplements. Instead of all of this, one sachet every day, no problems, IM8.
So this one, what's a problem taking 50 different supplements from 50 different bottles, and then he incorporates IM8. So same thing.
If your girls look like this, your chin looks like this, your tummy feels like this, or your face looks like this, that could be high cortisol. I'm 45, mom of 3, and I dropped 107 after my second baby, but I couldn't sleep. I'd wake up more tired than when I went to bed. Everyone said it was just stress. No one explained the magnesium cortisol connection. Let me break.
She mentioned problems, physical problems, she mentioned sleep, and she also mentioned her age group. So these are all important. And then later,
magnesium is the mineral your body needs to turn off stress.
She'll actually start talking about vitamins. So that's kind of the same theme that we're seeing in all videos. These also have amazing engagement. So
I just had a fat breakfast and you would literally never know it because I have amazing gut health and I don't gatekeep. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get rid of my cortisol face and take me from here and here to this. Everyone knows that you should start your mornings.
And then she starts talking about aloe vera juice. So same thing, just wait a little bit. Don't make the product the focus of the video, make it the problem, the focus of the video, and then incorporate it as a solution. So let's talk about the fun stuff and how you earn commission. So we don't only have one program, we have two. Most of you are probably in the second lane, but I'll go a little bit into TikTok. So this is actually how you can start in TikTok if you haven't already. You can request your sample. You have to post with the product. So you have to tag the product in order to be able to make commission. So make sure that you're tagging the product when you post videos in TikTok. And then you can actually make commission on every sale of a video. You don't have to be active. Once you're sleeping, it's making commission. Just make sure that the product is tagged. And then again, as I said earlier, TikTok algorithm does support people that post consistently. They actually push your video on the For You page. So that's also very important. And then this is exactly the step-by-step. We are going to be including this in the Discord channel. We are going to obviously give more instructions and everything and be more detailed, or you can always reach out to any of us, but this is kind of how you do it. You look it up in the TikTok shop, then you're able to actually request the product, and then you just have to tag them.
We are also looking for a group of really, really gung-ho ambassadors that want to get set up on TikTok Shop. Rachel, Gerald, and I will literally handhold you through the entire thing, teach you how to post videos, show you basically exactly how to do it in order to get videos to convert. We'll also then, once the content starts getting to a point where it's, good enough to be amplified, we'll then amplify it through paid ads, which will then obviously help a lot with commissions. And so if it's really good piece of content, we will then amplify it. And then once the algorithm picks it up, we're off to the races. So if this is something that you're interested in and you would like us to, take you through this and get you set up on TikTok, it's honestly like one of the fastest growing platforms. If you're not on there, this is an amazing way to add another, I guess, what did you call it, Rachel? Like just basically add another lane to your commissions.
Yeah.
Because the two programs are quite separate, Social Snowball, and that affiliate program is, you can spread that link anywhere, but TikTok Shop is kind of like its own ecosystem. And so we're here to help you. We're looking for a really, really enthusiastic group of people to start off with. So if you are interested, please email us. We'll put the email in the chat in a bit, and we'd love to get in touch.
Thank you, Sam. So that's also the focus point of the Discord channel, just because we do want to be able to know who's interested in that, just because we want to give you guys all the resources to be able to succeed in TikTok. And then this is a second lane that Sam was talking about, which is Social Snowball. You actually can earn in both, as Sam said. For Social Snowball, it's more about your code. You could use your code anywhere. It doesn't have to be only Instagram, only TikTok. You can send it to a group chat. Anyone that uses your code, you earn. And then for TikTok, of course, you have to tag the product and you can earn within there. So you guys can earn both ways. That would be great. And then this is a big plus. We can actually use your videos for paid ads, which gives you even more exposure. And you can reach bigger audiences, more people, earn more, and also get some following. But you do have to turn on to authorize us to be able to use your affiliates and shop ads. There's two. So in TikTok, you can turn that on. And then in Meta, it's actually going to ask you. And then we're going to send a request and you can accept it. And you can also turn it off at any point. So that's completely also in your control, which we'll explain more also in the Discord channel. And then the fun stuff, how we can get closer to you guys and you guys can get closer to us. So there is a road, let's say, that way you guys can actually grow with us. So obviously you start as an affiliate. Most of our actual ambassadors at some point also did. And then from there, you can get into the VIP. If you actually came into this webinar, you're already going to be in the VIP channel for Discord. So that's already a huge plus. Usually we have specific metrics to be able to put you in the VIP channel. So thank you guys for coming. And then from there, obviously we have a road to be able to actually be our ambassadors. There you're going to be put in a WhatsApp group chat that's going to have Sam and I. And you guys obviously get daily access to us one-on-ones. I'll actually meet with you guys even in person, or that be video calls if you need any help with creative briefs or anything, happy to chat. So that's kind of our steps. Once you're part of the WhatsApp group chat, also you'll get invitations to certain of our events. We're going to have a dinner with Danny, not sure on the location yet, but that's something special we're going to do for our VIP ambassador affiliates. So just know that obviously there's a road to obviously exceed and get closer to us because we want you guys to grow with us. So that's what the founding seat is, which is kind of our ambassadors. So you actually get put into a group chat, you have more access to us, but this is for WhatsApp. We're going to decide who are our top 20 that we're going to put in that group chat. Obviously, it's not created yet, with our top 20 in our leadership board for our affiliates. And then it's not closed off to those 20 people. We're obviously going to keep adding to the group chat, depending on how much you're posting and how many sales you're making. So just don't want anyone to think it's capped. We will be adding people to the group chat in WhatsApp, just to emphasize. And also, if you are very active in the Discord channel, the VIP channel, you also get a chance to be put in the group chat, just because we get to know you more. The more you talk in these channels, the more we get to know you, the more we know about your life, and it's more personal relationships, you get boosted up. And these are some of the events that I was talking about that you guys are going to get invitations to. Some are here in Miami for Inter Miami, and then we have a few in New York for US Open. We have a Ron Club, we have a Tone House workout, kind of community events that kind of bring us all together. We will be there, I will be there. So I'll get to meet you guys in person, have conversations, see what your ideas are, what you're thinking of doing, a little bit of everything. So we do want to meet you guys in person as much as we can, not just the people in the WhatsApp group chat, but everyone in the VIP Discord one too. And then this is a little video, the one that Dr. Dawn was talking about some of our events and how it looks like. By the way, the video of the drinks, that's a mocktail. That's not alcoholic, but we did have a mixologist come in and do like cool mocktails with our essentials. Okay. And then this is what I was speaking about. If you are in the Discord channel, of course, we're going to send briefs of what's been working right now for all affiliates. If we have top performing videos, we'll send those so they can be recreated. You can just change the hooks, use the hooks that are working and make it your own way with your own problems of your audience. As Danny mentioned, our new products that are going to be launched, you're going to have first pick. So we'll send them obviously to you guys first before we send it to the rest of our affiliates. And then, of course, we're going to continue having webinars. We want to have webinars where I can speak to you more. I actually want you guys to be able to speak and I can actually hear you, not just in the chat. So those are obviously going to be a lot smaller. So those are for our VIP members only. But yeah, I'm also going to make some workshops so we can have specific problems we can talk about, that be directions we can take, themes that we can have that everyone can do. Gerald is also going to talk about challenges that we have. Probably going to make some just for a VIP. That's a way to earn a little bit more. So that's a little bit of us. These are the next steps for today. We put the link of the VIP Discord. It's in the chat. Also filling out the shipping form. I know Sam and Gerald are working on that. And then once your samples land, I'm obviously going to send some creative briefs for you guys, but make sure to film content, a lot of content. And yeah, hopefully we can push some out for you guys too. Thank you for being part of our first webinar. Very excited to get to know you guys, all of you guys, honestly, as much as I can. So thank you.
Rachel, do we want to mention the challenge that we're running right now or no?
We can, but I know it's already, I think, ending on the 25th, but we can. I want to.
Yeah, well, actually, no, you're right. Maybe it might be a little late, but anyway, if you guys are interested we run multiple challenges a month. Some of them are content-based, so it'll be like make, one piece of content and publish it every day for 30 days, and you get a cash prize, or you get put into a raffle for a bigger prize, or you get more product, or you get more merch. There has also been some challenges that we run where cash prizes have been up to like $5,000 to $10,000. So it's not an insignificant amount, US dollars. We also have other challenges where if you hit a certain number of conversions, you automatically get like, say, double commission. All of these challenges we send out via email. So just make sure that you sign up to either Social Snowball, which is our ambassador program, or if you're on TikTok Shop, please also email us at affiliates@im8health.com so that you can get signed up for these challenges too. We will probably run separate challenges depending on the program track as well. Depending if you're VIP or not, there will probably be more challenges with more cash prizes. So we'll have different challenges throughout different months too. So just make sure that you're signed up in either the email or the Discord or both, so that you can just continuously be updated as to when we start running these challenges. So yeah.
Thank you, Sam. And in the next webinars, we're gonna want to have some of our big affiliates or big ambassadors also talk, say their experience being an IMA ambassador, kind of give you guys, I guess, advice on what's been working for them and their audiences. And we also want to work you guys up that you also can speak in webinars and be part of our events and all that. So it's very important that we establish this community. So it would be nice if you guys in the Discord channels can say once posted, show each other love. That would be amazing. You guys can comment each other's posts to also help everyone with engagement. So that's kind of what we're gonna be trying to do that too. We'll be commenting on your posts. So yeah. Any questions that you guys have about some of the slides? I know we're over time and we have 10 minutes, but happy to ask any hoodies. Yeah, we're gonna be choosing 50 people. You guys can we'll send the information. The winners post the this meeting, and then you guys can tell us what size you are so we can send that over to you. So
Also, Vonnie, I saw you wrote a couple times, we love your videos. Rachel and I actually looked at them the other day. So
Yeah.
please email us and we will help you for sure. We want to make sure everyone here is super successful.
Seriously, so excited. No, we're so excited to have you guys. Extra large shipping. Yeah, we're gonna do that. In the Discord channel, we'll also announce the winners. So you guys could just send us the size there, or you guys can see in the follow-up email if you want or not. You could respond. So
And shout out to Gerald. I know he is very busy answering everyone's emails and everyone's Discord questions and inquiries all the time. So thank you, Gerald, for taking care of the community.
yeah, Gerald is a superstar. So thank you guys for putting your height too. Appreciate knowing that you're 6'3". Yeah, so any other questions you guys might have? Gerald, I'm glad that Gerald's getting the shout outs that he should because he is amazing. Send the hoodie link. One more. Let me send, Gerald, did you send the gifting hub again? Or are we gonna just send that in Discord? Ping Gerald. Yeah, the hoodie is really good, so.
Yeah, guys, I just put the email affiliates@im8health.com. We check that like religiously all day, every day. So any issues you have, the best thing to do is send it in there. But also Gerald, as you know, is extremely active in Discord and he's probably faster there than emails. So if you want a hoodie, if you have an issue, if you have more questions, if you want to get in touch with any of us, if you want to join our TikTok mentorship program, just ping us and we will get back to you ASAP.
Yeah,
Shall
any
we-
questions? Yeah, any question you guys have, please shoot it there because we are going to have more webinars, as I said. So definitely excited to speak to you guys again. How do you see the future pyramid? Okay, I think we can end the webinar, Sam, if you agree with that. And continue these conversations in Discord. So
Thanks, everyone.
thank
We will
you
be doing
guys so much.
same time next week, right, Rachel? And Rachel will send out another link. So don't worry, we'll see you in 7 days.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Can't wait to continue talking. Bye. Do, do, do.